as for verbs containing vocab, Susan, you could imagine a cup of coffee that has a verb on the front of it, right? What's a random verb? I, you, he
Drink.
drinks. I drink is what it says on the front of the cup. Then imagine all the little pieces of paper that you could put into the cup, like water, milk, juice, tea. Verbs contain the vocabulary. Do you like drink what water? Da da da. I he Susanna drinks tea. Fabio drinks coffee. You see what I'm saying? Verbs
Hmm.
contain vocabulary.
Tony
But
also
verb,
drinks
but ver
coffee.
hmm?
Tony also drinks coffee.
Oh, dude, you know that. You know that, man. That's how I get by. No. Um, but verbs which contain vocab, verbs are also contained by something, and that thing is also contained by something, and all of that is also contained by something. You follow? So let me draw precisely what that is. The ultimate head of the snake, of the dragon or something that contains things, is a topic. You can't get any bigger than a topic. If you want, I'll draw this thing out, and then if you guys want to draw and go, oh, draw it, or take a picture and then draw it later, or something like that. It doesn't get any bigger than a topic. What does a topic contain? A topic contains questions, right? Give me a topic, snakes, okay? Ask me 3 questions or more about snakes, right? So you could have a cup that says topics and then put a bunch of topics in the cup and then pull out each topic and okay, what's inside of each one of those the topics? It's a question. So you have a cup called topics, and then you put a whole bunch of questions on that topic. And you pull the question out. Okay, what's inside of the question? What do questions contain?
What are the deadliest
What's
snakes
the
in the world?
deadliest snake? Yeah. Do you like snakes? Do you own a snake? Oh, dude,
He owns it. Yeah,
he owns a pet. Okay. Questions contain answers, right? So for every question you might ask about snakes, there's multiple answers. And so if the question is, do you like snakes? One person says, I love snakes. One's going to say, I hate snakes. We're going to say they're okay.
It's definitely interesting. It's important to pick a topic that you're kind of interested in. Then, yeah, just one thing. If you're really fascinated by snakes, then that's a good example. If you're really
remember,
into cars, yeah, or movies,
hey Hugh, remember our session we talked about language learning as a topic?
yeah, yeah,
For us that we love language in
yeah.
general, this is the
Mhm.
ultimate topic, at least for us, I guess. But
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Great
That's a
topic.
good example. Yeah. So learning languages, I know, like for a lot of the languages I've learned, I just give so many different examples of in each one of those languages. I can talk about language learning a lot.
Someone talked to me once, or we were talking together. He was like, he says, I'm a Spanish teacher in Chicago, he was saying. And he's like, I love the idea of getting people to talk and, speaking first and learning by speaking. I love that. He's like, but the kids in my class, like a high school style, he's like, the kids in my class, they don't want to talk about anything in Spanish, except once in a while, like when we get to like the music chapter or like the sports chapter, then all of a sudden they want to, go on and on. And they're, oh, me gusta this, like, or that.
Yeah.
It's like, so how would you deal with that? Like, and I was like, well, dude, so what do they like to talk about? And he was like, honestly, rappers. And I was like, well, then just make the whole class be about rap all year long. Literally make that class about rap all year. Tell me the last song you listened to, what you're listening to now, describe your playlist, tell me why he's your favorite. If that's what you want to talk about, so be it. Let that be the topic.
Hmm.
Cars, if you whatever you're interested in, like just like you said, Hugh. Come up with 5,000 questions over the course of a year on one topic. I don't care. You're going to get the whole language anyway. And for every one of those questions, there's multiple answers. Oh, I like this rapper. I hate that rapper. What do answers contain? Answers contain the verbs that you need to give those answers. So my answer was I like snakes. I don't like snakes. I hate snakes. I have fear of snakes. And what do verbs contain?
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary. So the full dragon, and I'm not drawing all of the things, right? Because if I tried to draw all of them, it would create this crazy Amazon River looking thing. But that is the dragon, and the topic is the head, Hugh. So if you want your kids to talk about stuff, but they only want to talk about snakes, well, then just let them talk about snakes the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the interesting thing, and I have to give credit to my very good friend Walker, who pointed this out to me when I was showing him this. He was like, it's interesting as you kind of, ski down the potential, as you follow the various trails. He's like, you get to vocab and it says maybe snakes, mice, you're on stuff you're afraid of or don't like or whatever it is, snakes, mountain, animal, whatever it is. He's like, as soon as you get to the vocab, often the vocab becomes the new topic.
Mm.
Like we started talking about the topic of snakes, but then as we got through all of the iterations, it's like, oh, now we're talking about mice. Yeah, I don't know. And now mice are the new topic. And I was like, oh, so even though topic is the head, it's actually connected to the tail. Like if you pulled this whole thing up, and it's like the head of the snake eats its own tail, like the Ouroboros. So the way it really works is like this. Watch. Like this five-pointed star. Topics flow into questions. Questions contain answers.
Mhm.
Answers contain the verbs you need. Vocab is contained by verbs, and verbs lead to new topics. You could spin that wheel and jump in anywhere. So we could say, okay, so what's the topic tonight? Topic is snakes, Susanna. Fabi, I think right before you came, I said, you know how like a freestyle rapper will be like, give me one word. And it's like snakes. And he's like, all right, snakes. I'm not a freestyle rapper. He does this, or like an improv theater where they're like, all right, we're going to create an hour-long like play
Yeah. On snakes.
from one word. Susanna, the equivalent of that here in our 20-minute Japanese lesson or whatever, is you could start with a topic. The topic is snakes, but topic and vocab, it's like one short, right? So the vocab word is snake or the topic is snake. So now we need a question about snakes,
Mhm.
answer about snakes, but also you could just start on answer. Like you could answer a question you don't know which would basically just mean verb and vocab. So the point is, if we start on vocab here, the vocab is snakes. I don't know how to say it in Japanese. We'll ask ChatGPT in a second. Anyone know how to say snakes in Japanese out there? No, me neither. Good. All right. So we start with snakes, Susanna, right? But then now we reverse the flow. Like usually it flows like this wise.
Mhm.
We reverse the flow. We need a verb. So what can I say about snakes? Give me a sentence. Use snakes in a sentence. Anyone?
And you eat snakes.
Huh?
You
And you eat snakes.
Can you eat snakes?
Mhm.
Come on, bro. You can think a better
Hey,
use
man.
of snake.
I don't know if you can eat them, bro.
Some people,
I don't know either.
everyone can see my chat GPT, right?
Yes.
How do you say snake in Japanese? Hebi.
Maybe.
Heavy.
All right. I'm gonna write it down. I don't know why. Don't know where it's gone. Hebi. Okay.
Hamburger mas heavy ne.
Is there a plural?
Heavy.
It's often the same as singular. Perfect. So hebi is both snake and snakes. Got it?
Nice.
Already loving Japanese.
All right. I like snakes. I don't like snakes. Hebi ga suki desu.
Heavy ga sugi desu.
In my notebook, I'm writing hebi ga suki desu. Does anyone have any questions about the breakdown of that? What you can
Yeah.
do, you can say break it down. I'm not going to do it because I can explain, but you could say break it down and they'll say, okay, well, hebi means snakes and
Is
ga
it like
means
snakes? Something like I like or something? It's like it's not SOV, right? It's something else. It's OSV or something? Like the reverse, right?
true. So hebi is snakes, right? Ga is like the subject. It means that that's the subject of this, or the object. I'm sorry, the object of the sentence. Okay, so I
Okay.
like snakes means snakes are the object, right?
Okay.
A snake bit me, God forbid. The snake is the doer,
Okay,
and I
not
would be
the
the guy,
object.
you know?
Okay.
So snake's object marker. Everyone good? If anyone doesn't follow, please let me know.
Mhm.
Snake object marker. Suki means like, and des means something like
The
is.
present, right? Like the present.
Present tense marker, something like that.
I guess like that, yeah.
Also, it doesn't matter that much, like what the breakdown. If you can get the breakdown, it's helpful. But if you can't get the breakdown, I'm just gonna go, dude. All right, do I speak Japanese? No, but I can say I like snakes in Japanese. At some
Maybe
point in time, you would need to be able to say I like snakes in Japanese, right? So why not now?
cool, man.
Hebi ga suki desu.
Gasuki.
Arigazuki desu.
Gasuki desu.
Heavy gas
Desu.
together.
How do you
Suki
say
desk.
Hebi Gasuki desu.
beautiful guys? Very good, very
Heavy
nice.
gas together. Sen.
I looked up a tiny bit of Japanese just before I came, and desu seems to just come up all the time. Maybe it means I.
I guess it's the present form, the present tense, I guess. Like do, do comes often in English, but it doesn't have an actual meaning except to
Is that-
mark the time tense.
Is that like
Yeah,
a
it's-
filler word where you just kind of ends it with des, like a?
I think if you say like my name is Hugh, it's Hugh desu.
That's right. That's right. So some languages, like Hindi does this, the present tense indicative form of the verb, like something is the case, I like snakes, I don't, uses the be verb. So des is definitely the to be verb.
Okay.
Okay? What does it do exactly? I can't quite tell you. Like, is it saying that like this is present tense, or it's indicative and not subjunctive or something like that? I'm not entirely exactly sure, but I know that many languages will put the be verb with another verb. So,
Okay.
you know,
Heavy gas suki desu arimasen.
okay. Now, I was hoping, so hebi ga suki
Desu.
Dewa
janai.
arimasen.
Okay, hebi ga suki janai. So replace the des with janai, right?
That's a casual way. Heavy suki.
Yeah. Let's do casual. I don't know.
I don't think Japanese speak casual in general,
We do.
right?
We do.
We do like,
Hmm.
yeah, who cares?
I don't know.
Because I think like in Japanese and Korean, speaking in formal way is very important in society.
No doubt. No doubt. That could be, of course, later you could go, oh, you know what? Let me convert this over.
All right, cool.
So hebi ga suki des. And by the way, it looks like desu, but it's pronounced des.
This.
Also, you can take that off. If it's easier for you, you can spell it your own way. Some people, oh, don't spell it your own. I'll spell it my own way if it makes it easier. But whatever. Hebi ga suki des. Hebi ga suki janai. Those are your two answers. All right. So at this point in time, make up your mind. Do you like snakes or not like snakes? There's no in between. They're not, well, I kind of do, I kind of don't.
Heavy gas.
I kind of don't, honestly. So I'm going in hebi ga suki janai. Hebi ga suki janai. Anyone else want to go?
Heavy gas suki desu.
Hebi ga suki janai.
Suki janai.
Hebi ga suki janai.
Hebi Gasuki janai.
Yeah, I guess I'm the only one who likes.
You're the only one. Okay. So now we have the vocab started with snakes, and we reversed the flow of the wheel here, and we got a verb there, which is either suki des or suki janai. Right?
Okay.
Hebiga, suki des,
Heavy gas.
hebi,
Suki
suki
desu.
janai. Okay.
Hebi Suki
Con-
desu.
Continue to go counterclockwise. No, that's clockwise. Right? So go clockwise and realize that you're answering a question here. So why should I learn that? Is that important? Not really. Well, yeah, it is though. It isn't, and it isn't. It's whatever. It's the end of the tale. It was a random word we just started. The audience shouted out, "Snakes." Okay. I like snakes. I don't like snakes. The context is getting bigger. You're answering a question, right?
Yeah.
Just repeating that. You're not just repeating that statement just to repeat it. You're answering a question. So what's the question?
Do you like snakes?
Do you like snakes?
Mm-hmm.
Ebiga suki
Beautiful.
desu ka?
Beautiful. Not even hard.
Easy.
Not even hard, huh?
Hebisuki.
Mm.
This point that looks easy. Hebi ga suki desu ka?
Very-
Ebiga suki desu ka? Just put ka at the end, right?
mm.
Just put, yeah. Suki desu.
Are we sticking to casual though? Hebisuki?
Hebisuki, we probably could. I feel like in mixing and matching. The fact that Hebi ga suki desu ka was not hard to understand. Like the other one was like, oh, what's it doing here? Wa arimasen? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the fact that this one's easy to track, I'm like, okay, I know my Japanese isn't I know I'm mixing. I know I'm not doing everything right, obviously, right? But you could do either. You could do either, Susanna.
Okay.
So grab my handy question cards,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm writing on the front of my card, Hebiga Suki desu ka? Notebook works good too, but with the card, I get to quiz myself. Hebiga suki desu ka? My answer. So what should I write on the back?
So desu didn't change.
Right.
Interesting.
Good point.
Tony.
Yeah.
So when you're making these flashcards, could you make like have multiple variation on one card, or just keep it simple with just a single variation of the
What kind of
answer?
variation?
Let's say you have a question and then there's an answer in the back. So would it be possible to have multiple variation with the
Yeah.
same verb
Yeah.
root?
Yeah. Yeah. Put anything you want on there, man.
So it doesn't really matter. Do you
Write a whole
find
essay on the back.
that's-
All right. Someone give me my first Japanese OPI. And if you're new to terminology, oral proficiency interview, where I just have to answer questions. Some military style speaking test. All right. So give me my OPI.
Okay.
Hebisuki desu
Tony-san.
ka?
Tony-san, ebiga suki desu ka?
You want to be my OPI tester?
Okay. Hebi ga suki desu ka?
Desu ka.
Desu ka?
Hebi ga suki desu ka?
Tony-san, ebiga suki desu ka?
Hebi ga suki desu ka? Thomas, hebi ga suki desu ka? Hebi ga suki desu ka? Igor, hebi ga suki desu ka? My answer, without looking, because you can't look at anything on an OPI, my answer is hi. It's hi. Hebi ga suki desu. Hebi ga suki desu. By the way, I don't really like snakes, but it was easier for me to remember that one. So one of the actually key skills on an OPI is to be able to lie quickly if it's easier. By the way, hebi ga suki desu. No, hebi ga suki janai. I'll be for real. Hebi ga suki janai. Hebi ga suki janai.
Yeah, ebiga suki janai.
And you,
Yeah.
Fabio, hebi ga suki desu? Sorry, hebi ga suki desu ka?
Hai, ebiga suki desu.
Hebi ga suki
Ebiga suki desu. Ebiga suki desu.
hebi ga suki desu. In my mind, there's two Lego pieces here. Those don't nothing you don't hebi ga doesn't get split up, and suki desu doesn't get split up.
Makes sense, yeah. Ebiga suki desu.
Hebi ga suki desu.
Ebiga suki desk.
Hebi ga suki desu.
How do I say, like, do you like languages? I just change heavy, right? Gengo.
By the way, where we are on the wheel here is we made it all the way around once, right? We started at snakes, put it in a sentence, use that sentence to answer a question, which leads us back to the topic. So now you're free to say, okay, do you want to keep talking about snakes? Or do you want to change it to, oh, well, speaking of snakes, I like languages, like just fair game. Gengo,
Gaiko Kugo.
Gaiko Google. Right. Foreign languages. Gaiko Google.
Should I use which then? Like Gaiko Kugo.
It's going to be foreign. Yeah. Foreign nation language. All right.
Oh, go is it makes sense.
Guy.
So Gengo is probably something language, right? Makes sense.
Gaikoku. No. Gaikoku. Yeah. Gaikoku.
Gengo.
Oh,
Gaikoku.
oh.
Gengo.
He said you
What
like
was
language.
Gengo? What was Gengo again? If you scroll up,
It's language, but like Fabio said, it's something go, right? So no.
Gengo. Word. Oh,
Word,
okay.
speech, language.
mm-hmm.
Speech
in
language.
In Portuguese, we have linguagem.
Nice. Okay. Guys, Guy Kugo is the topic.
Gaiko Kugo.
And now if we again reverse the flow, because topics contain which contain. The natural flow is that way. So we actually are reversing the flow. Topics move. All right. So Gaikugo is Gaikoku. Fuck, it's that many syllables. Gaikokugo.
Yeah.
Gaiko
Right?
Kugo.
Gaikokugo.
It makes actually sense. Like
Gaikugo.
Gai is another country, right, or something.
I guess. What
Like
did it say? Foreign, outside,
Side.
yeah,
Mm.
there's a
outside country
expression.
language.
There's an expression that they showed in the Fast and Furious movie of Tokyo.
Okay. Okay.
They say Gaijin means a foreigner.
Foreigner.
Like,
Okay, nice. Outside person, right?
yes.
Not very nice. All right. So the topic is the vocab. Vocab needs a verb. Since I already have a verb, I'd rather just, right? So how do you just, I'd rather reuse the verb because since I'm new, I don't have a bunch of verbs. I'm not even rushing to get new verbs. I like languages. So what comes next? What comes next is the verb for
Suki.
the answer. So how do you say I like languages?
Gaiko Gugo ga suki desu.
This
Gaiko kugo
Ga?
ga. Nice, nice, nice. Nice.
Gaiko
Thank you.
Kugo Suki desu.
Suki
Desu.
des.
Or des. Yeah.
Gaiko kugo ga. Jeez, man. Thought we had enough goes in there. Google. Gaiko kugo ga. Gaiko kugo ga.
It's
These
not that
times
hard
you're
to
right.
think about it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Ask if you can just say Gengo ga Suki desu. Like I like foreign languages as a shorter version of Gaiko Kugo.
Yeah.
Can I
I
just
do
say
want to say I do want to say outside nation language though.
I know you do, but I don't
As
know. Maybe
opposed,
that's, yeah, for sure.
With for a guy Gokugo ga suki des ka.
there you go. There you go. One more degree on the wheel.
Gaiko
All right.
Kugo.
Grabbing my card.
Gaiko Kugo ga.
Someone tell me how to say, do you like foreign languages?
Gaiko
Gaiko
Kugo ga Suki desu ka?
Kugo ga des
All
suki
right.
ka.
It's a fucking tongue twister, right?
It is.
Gaiko Kugo ga Suki desu ka?
There you go. Gaiko kugo ga. Gaiko kugo suki desu ka, Tony? Hi. Hi. I like languages very much. How do we add like a
Gaiko Kugo.
It just translated to Gengo again.
All good. All we need to know, like, okay, even watashi wa, whatever, we just need totemo.
Totemo.
All right, so someone tell me how to say, forget the watashi wa, just say gaikokugo ga totemo suki, right? So how do you say I very much like languages?
Gaikokugo ga totemo suki desu.
Desu.
What's Totemo? Very much. Okay.
Yeah.
It's similar to totalmente or something like totally, you know. Like
You could use that as a mnemonic device. Gaikokugo ga
Totemo
gaikokugo
suki desu.
ga totemo suki desu.
Totemo suki desu. Totemo.
Gaikokugo ga totemo suki.
Gaikokugo ga totemo suki desu.
Hmm. Hey, Zach. How you doing, Zach?
Hi, sorry, I forgot it was an
Oh,
hour
don't worry about
earlier.
it. I know. It's all good. Don't worry about it. We're doing your language here, Zach. We need your help. With me, Zach?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, check this out. So basically, here's the master template. I'll give you the 10-second. Everyone's already heard. I'll give you the 10-second. Can you see my notebook?
Yes.
There's a
Oh,
natural
sure.
flow of things where if you begin with a topic, you could think of multiple questions to ask on that topic, right? Like if the topic was snakes, you could say, do you like snakes? Do you love snakes? Are you afraid of snakes, right? Every one of those questions would have multiple possible answers, which you would need a verb you'd need a verb for that. And the verb flows into vocabulary. Any one verb could be connected into much vocab. You see what I'm saying, Zach? So what we're doing is we're starting with a random vocab and saying, and the vocab was snake, Zach. You know how to say snakes in Japanese? We just learned it. It's heavy. It's all good, dude. I know. It's random. It's supposed to be. It's heavy. Okay, it's heavy. Okay. You can see my chat GPT, Zach.
Yes, I can see.
All right. So the word heavy, we said I like snakes, I don't like snakes. So hebi ga suki desu, the question there is hebi ga suki desu ka, right? Do you like hebi ga suki desu ka? You either say hebi ga suki desu or hebi ga suki janai, it told us. All right. So let me ask you, Zach, hebi ga suki desu ka?
Hi, Hemigasuki
All right,
desu.
suki desu. All right, you and Fabio. So we get back up to the top of the deal here, the topic. So it's like we could keep talking about snakes, or you want to change the topic to other things we like. Well, we all like foreign languages here, Zach. So you probably know this. I know you know a good amount of Japanese. Gaiko kugo. Okay. So the question, how do you say do you like languages?
Gaikokugo.
Gengoga.
Gengoga? Yeah. We've heard that too. Can we say Gengo instead of Gaikokugo?
Yeah, please.
Is it possible, Zach, like to use Gengo in the same way we're using Gaikokugo?
I believe so. Yeah, there's a lot of nuances with Japanese.
Well, the point is, Zach, I've got one question card here for do you like snakes? Hebiga suki desu ka? And on the answer, on the back for the answer, I got hebiga suki janai. And then I've got gai kokugo ga suki desu ka? And I've got, I like languages totemo, man. Gai kokugo ga
Totemo.
totemo suki desu. All right, where are we on the wheel, guys? Do we need let's wipe the slate clean? You want to start with a verb? You can start with it. We're gonna say, hey, let's get how do you say like swim it? You can start with a verb. Start with a topic. Start with a question. So you can start anywhere on the. It's like Ferris wheel. You can get on anywhere.
Suki des. We used like. So
Ask me 5 simple questions using suki desu ka.
Ringo.
Hmm.
Mascot.
Kotsu, suki desu ka? Eiga ga suki desu ka? Inu ga suki desu ka? Roko ga suki desu ka? I feel like I speak Japanese now.
Me too, dude. None of it nothing came out tricky. Nothing came out like, oh no, not in this situation.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Very regular. All right,
Yep.
now give me my OPI again, Zach. If you're just joining us, we're practicing our OPI. Right? You know, I like snake. Don't like snakes. You know, I don't like. I mean, I do like foreign languages. Gai kokugo ga totemo suki desu. What about music, sports? Someone asked me if I like music.
Ongaku ga suki desu ka?
Hi. Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
Brilliant.
Oh no, got
That's very good.
And you? How do you say and you?
you can say anata wa.
Oh,
Anata wa, thank you, Zach. You got it.
Anata wa.
Anata wa. Not even sure I guess you and. Anata wa, Susanna? Ongaku ga suki desu ka?
How'd you say it? Is it I? I?
Hi.
I?
Hi, like you're saying hi.
I. Ongaku ga suki desu. Yeah. Totemo suki desu. Desu. Yeah. Ka.
Take it again. It doesn't hurt to you can take it again.
Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
Can you write your answer for me? Can you write that? And then
On-
see how easy it is once you've written. Write your answer. Don't write the question. Write your answer, please.
Ongaku.
For everyone wants to write. I'm gonna write it too. Just take a second here. Ongaku.
Okay.
Ongaku ga
Ongaku ga suki desu.
Totemu
totemu.
desu.
Tutemo or tutemu?
totemo.
Totemu.
Totemo.
Oh,
Oh.
Totemo.
all right.
Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
See how it's so much better?
Kengu ga totemo suku desu.
Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
Wow. That came out nice.
Yes. I had this epiphany today. Here it is. It's another mantra. It's like that. All right. Here it is. The best speaking practice is speaking practice.
Yep.
The second best speaking practice is writing practice.
Mm-hmm.
Write that thing down once, and I'll just read it. I'm not here quizzing there's no need to quiz yourself. Don't make it hard. Just read it, and then you can fade away from reading. You don't have to go. I gotta make something in the mind makes you want to make it hard on yourself. Don't make it. Okay. So my question for you, Susanna, and you can read your answer if you want. My question for you is, ongaku ga suki desu ka?
Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
Suki desu. Very good. Very good. Zach, how do you say like, very good? Or
I'm not sure actually.
there's like a word that people say when they're listening. They go, oh, da, da, da.
Totemo.
So desu.
So desu. So desu.
So desu.
So desu. So desu.
So they can say like so desu ka, meaning like, is that so?
Is it good? Okay, nice. So desu. So desu. Susanna, ongaku ga suki desu ka?
Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
The dimension we're aiming for now that we're broaching is that it's muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing keeping you from this is muscle memory. Not like, oh, I can't understand what I'm supposed to do because it's Japanese is hard. No, it's just literally muscle memory now. Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
Eiga ga suku desu.
Ongaku ga totemo suki desu.
Hugh, supotsu ga suki desu ka?
Supotsu ga suki totemo desu desu.
Write your answer. Totemo comes before suki.
Yeah, you're right.
Supotsu ga totemo suki desu.
Once you've arranged the pattern, then you're ready to train muscle memory. Supotsu ga suki desu. スポーツがとても好きです。はい、スポーツがとても好きです。あなたはザック、スポーツが好きですか？
はい。スポーツが好きです。
そうです。そうです。映画が好きですか？
好きです。
映画が好きですか、ザック？
映画
そう
映画好きです。はい。
映画が好きです。はい。あ、そうです。犬が好きですか？
犬が好きです。
犬が好きです。そうです。そうです。リョコが好きですか、ザック？
はい、僕がとても好きです。
とても好きです。あなたはトニー？
Is that a shorter version of this? Instead of saying Ryoko ga suki desu, just like suki desu?
The only thing you could drop is the ka,
Oh,
but everything else is here is necessary.
so I could say like Ryoko suki desu or something? Ryoko suki?
You have to say the ga. The ga is I guess in any even in casual conversation, that ga I think is important. Ryoku ga suki desu. Or you could say Ryoku ga suki with a tonation to ask a question.
Suki.
Mhm.
Okay.
Quick note too on our wheel here. If you let your verb flow into your vocab with the idea that vocab becomes a new topic, right? So I'm talking about things I like sports, movies, music. We can pivot and now we can talk about sports, movies, and music. Point is that if you jump on the Ferris, if you get on the wheel starting at verb, it will naturally lead you, just like path of least resistance, naturally lead you to vocabulary that acts as category words. Like the word now I know the word for music, movies.
Mhm.
How else would I learn that? What's a better way to learn that vocab list? Usually chapters are split up thematically. So I'm going to get the word for music mixed in with a whole bunch of words about music. I would like to be able to look at a list of categories. It's like looking at the table of contents in a book, as opposed to having to go through the whole book. Okay, where's the top words? Let me look at the table of contents. This book has 10 chapters. Each one is a vocab word, and it's a major, big category vocab word. You automatically get you automatically get that experience when you jump on the Ferris wheel at verb, just like we saw here. I like XYZ. Oh, XYZ is high frequency vocab. What else is Japan, coffee? Ooh, there it is. Watching TV, reading books. Ah, working in verbs here. Taking pictures, watching TV. That's the whole noun right there. That's watching TV.
TV, right? Umiru no.
Miru no.
Umiru no, you guys is watching.
Miru.
Miru?
Mirar.
Miru no.
Japanese is Spanish. Terebi o miru no. How does it break down? You could ask. We'd say, break it down. Terebi o miru no.
Terebi o miru no. Gasaku desu ka? Gasaki desu
Give
ka?
us
Suki.
right. At least that's the same, right? So TV is borrowed. Miru is C. Where's the O though?
This is
Normalizer
like a
turns it into the verbal noun.
Just like the ing, like watching.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay,
Verbal noun kind of thing.
all right. Cool. Whatever. You'll see it again, right? Reading books. Hon o yomu no. Do I really get it? I don't really get it, but it doesn't matter. I just make that one Lego block. Hon o yomu. Hon must be books.
Mhm.
Hon o
Yes.
yomu no. Hon o yomu.
Hon o yomu no.
Oh,
Suki desu.
There you go. Hugh, can you ask me like you really want to know? Do you like reading books?
Yeah, hon o yomu no gasuki desu ka?
Hi. If you're me, you're writing your answer. Anyone can feel free to go. Yeah. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hon o yomu no totemo suki des. Not trying to memorize it right now. I don't need to memorize it. Hi. Hi. Hono yomu. Hono yomu. Hono yomu. Hono yomu no. That's reading. Hono yomu no. Totemo suki des. We even work it into like totemo. Totemo suki des. Hi, Hugh. Watashi wa hono yomu no totemo suki desu. Anata wa, Hugh? Hono yumo no ga suki desu. Let me take that again. Hono yomu no ga. That's why we need a native speaker here to go. Oh, and repeat after me. Hono yomu no ga suki desu ka?
Hi. Hono yomu no gasuki desu.
Hugh, shashin o toru no ga suki.
Shashin o toru no gasuki desu.
Terebi. Netflix o miru no ga suki desu ka?
Terebi o miru no gasuki desu.
How do you say I do not like watching TV? Switch out Suki for Janai.
Tsuki-chan.
No. Switch out Des Janai for Suki. For freaking Des. Sorry. I do
Desu.
not like watching
Miru
TV.
no ga suki janai.
That's it.
Terebi o miru no gasuki janai.
Be Omiru no gas janai.
There you go. I just wrote it myself. Terebi o miru no ga suki janai.
Gasuki desu. Gasuki janai.
Notice that no amount of explanation would ever help me completely get the whole, oh, so TV, oh, watch, no. No amount of explanation would ever do the trick, right? You never find me going, oh, dude, how did I figure that out? Oh, because it's the verbal noun thing, the particle. Like no one ever, it's truly through muscle memory. Like I already feel like I'm starting to get it. Okay, Netflix. Oh, you get it by creating variations. Okay, Netflix. Oh, miru no ga suki desu.
Mm.
How do I say like?
Movies. Oh, miru no ga suki desu.
How do I ask like? Do you want to watch TV or something?
It would be
Want.
it could be the same, I believe. Just you drop the suki. Terebi o miru desu ka?
Hoshi.
Okay. So
No, kohi. Kohi ga suki desu. Kohi ga.
Hoshi desu.
how did you say Zach again?
The way I was thinking of it would be just dropping the suki. So you're just asking to watch TV. Terebi o
Oh, cool.
miru desu ka? Or hoshi is more accurate, of course. Here.
Okay. So you change you swap, right? Suki for Hoshi.
Let's go with the assumption that Hoshi is a thing, and then we'll test it to see if it like follows through. But if Hoshi is correct, then you could switch that out for Suki. You could also say automatically, I don't want this.
Yeah.
How do you say I don't want?
Hoshi janai.
Hoshi janai.
Terebi ga Hoshi janai.
Kohi ga hoshi janai. Ask me if I want coffee.
Kohi ga Hoshi desu ka? Kohi ga Hoshi janai. Oh, Kohi ga Suki desu ka? Oh, fuck. Kohi ga Hoshi desu ka?
All right. Do you all agree? Like, who thinks that's going to be right?
This is a polite way to ask. Very good.
Let's see this.
Kohi ga hoshi desu ka?
Kohi ga hoshi desu ka?
Kohi ga Hoshi desu ka?
Hi.
Kohi
Kohi
ga
ga hoshi.
Kohi ga Hoshi desu.
Okay. So let's see if it works with watching TV.
Terebi o miro ga terebi o terebi o miru no ga hoshi desu ka? Do you want to watch TV?
Let's assume this is going to work. Everyone say, Terebi o miru no ga hoshi desu ka?
Terebi
Terebi o miru no ga hoshi desu ka?
You got somehow you got the rhythm like clicked for you here. Boom. We've taken a big chunk out of the language. Like this doesn't say everything in the language, no, but it says 1,000 things.
Oh, there's a word for want to watch?
Well, no, miru is to watch, hoshi is want.
What about just mitai at the end? Want to.
That's a good question. Oh, want to watch, yeah.
Mitai?
All right,
Oh,
that's
I
a
see.
thing,
Interesting.
but whatever. Like we'll get to the. I'm happy. I'm very happy with this. I'm
Yeah,
just
me
like, hey,
too,
I
me
can
too.
say terebi o miru no ga hoshi desu ka?
Sounds very formal, but also work.
Ask me 10 questions using hoshi desu ka?
Yeah, that's the first question. Do you want coffee?
Coffee, new clothes, dog, money, car, game, travel,
Miru ga hoshi
time,
desu ka?
a break.
Okane ga hoshi desu ka? Hai, okane ga hoshi desu.
Someone asked me if I want chocolate.
Chocoreto ga hoshi desu ka?
Chocolate ga hoshi desu ka? No. How do you say no, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, ie. Ie. Whoever asked, thanks for offering, but ie. Chocolate ga hoshi danai. Anata wa Zach? Anata wa Thomas? Anata wa Susanna? Anata wa anyone else that I can't see their name right now because it's only a couple? Anata wa chocolate ga hoshi desu ka? Anyone?
Chocoreta ga hoshu desu ka?
I really want to take the time to write out a question card for each. It's not going to hurt because I can quiz myself OPI style. Sometimes I just keep it in the notebook if I'm a little less pros and cons of both. I don't know. Money, car, want a car? Game.
Yeah, hoshi desu ka?
What was
Kurumu
that,
ga
Tommy?
hoshi desu ka?
Sorry?
What was yours, Thomas?
I was just saying the question. Do you
Give me
want
one.
money?
Money. All right.
Okane ga hoshi desu ka?
Okane ga
Or
hoshi desu ka?
okane ga hoshi janai?
Hi.
That
Okay.
doesn't work like that, does it? Do you not want money?
You could probably say Janai and then put ka.
Okay, janai ka.
Oh,
Test
So
it.
okane ga hoshi janai ka?
Let's test it. I bet you it's right. Okane ga, do you not want money? I hear you get okane ga hoshi janai ka?
you want one, don't you? Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Janika?
Janaika?
Not want?
Okane ga.
It's a yes. That's a solid yes. You can definitely do that.
So cool, guys.
All right.
Janika? Janika is like, yeah, you don't want?
Yeah. You're just switching out des for janai
Oh, nice.
and cause the question. So that was nice, Thomas. So akane ga hoshi janai ka? Interesting
Enuga
about
hoshi desu ka?
about some languages. This may or may not come into play with any language that you're learning. Some languages have a different word for yes when they're answering a yes question versus answering a don't you question. Throwing that out there. French is like that. So if someone said in French, do you want money? You say, yes, it's oui. If someone says, you don't want money, do you? Do you not want money? You don't say oui because oui means, yeah, I don't. It's si.
Si.
See?
Yes.
No,
Arabic has the
si.
same thing.
Oh, okay.
Some languages do. Just throw that out there in case they just. So in Japanese, if you said, do you not want money? How would I answer that
Okay.
to say, yes, I do want money? Not yes, I don't.
Yes.
Looks like Japanese. Ooh, no,
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah,
doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It does. I
Uh,
think something
okay,
different
yeah.
with saying you don't though, because I think with the hoshi, you could also say hoshi kunai. So that's
Okay.
just another way to say no.
To say no.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So kunai could be a thing. All right. Nice.
Kunai is like janai or something.
Yeah, it's a, how do you say, conjunction of the two words. So like don't is do not, where
Okay. Okay.
hoshi kunai is hoshi jana.
Contraction.
Yeah.
So where how if I'm wrapping up my personal lesson here, so review my lesson tonight with 5
It says will.
suki ka.
I guess you
And
wrote
5
tonight will 5 instead of with.
It's with.
Push it is.
and just hopefully it'll choose like 5 good ones. Those are very good ones.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even need to learn a lot of new words until I've got enough muscle memory on that. I want the muscle memory first. Like I literally want to be able to go into a conversation and have a native Japanese speaker. I'll give them these questions. Like here are 10 questions. Ask me those questions. Yeah, all right, here you go. Onga kuga ga sogi desu ka?
Also,
Sports is similar to sports in English, isn't it? So Sopotsu ga suki desu ka?
Oh, okay.
there are some words like that thing, like kohi, like coffee, kohi. Like
Mhm.
there's
Oh,
some words that are similar. They borrow from US.
Sopotsu.
All right. Any comments, questions, reflections, takeaways?
so when you're asking somebody, when you're practicing with somebody,
Mhm.
it's not questions you don't know. It's questions you're familiar with.
Set yourself up for success.
So you don't want anything like outside of that, maybe sometimes.
If someone asks me something outside of what I can answer, I'll just say, first of all, okay, if someone asks me a question, I don't understand the question, then I make sure that I have the Japanese phrase for I didn't understand.
How do you want to say it?
Okay, let me say it slower, and I'll go, I just still didn't understand. Like, it's not my fault. What do you want me to do? You know? And then they'll go, all right, well, what are you going to do? Like, okay. If someone asks me a question that's like a bit outside, like I understand the question, but oof, that's going to be a tall order to answer. You got to think of a simple way to do. You got to think of a way to answer it using what you have.
Mm.
That's the kung fu of the OPI in a nutshell.
Does the actual OPI have a specific list of questions, or are they random?
It's random based on the feel. Like the tester has, it's not a specific order. It's certain way. It's an art to give an OPI. The guy or woman needs to know how to be like, all right, how far can I take this?
Oh, okay. So it's
I,
depending on the tester. Okay.
I was in a no. Well, it's not supposed to be wildly different depending on
Yeah.
tester, but it is up to the feel of he or she is trying to find how far you can go and how far you can't go. So I'm super tricky at doing an OPI. Like I can get the most out of the littlest. That's one of the core skills I'm trying to teach you guys. Like Thomas, like
Okay.
if you don't know the answer, you got to come up with a tricky way to use what you do have. It's like being resourceful. So I'll give you a real life example in an actual OPI I had. I think it was an Arabic one. They were like, "Tell me how you cook pasta." And so I'm like, "All right, well, what you do is you put the pasta in the water and you heat it and you add salt, then you take it out. I'm not saying strain. I don't even know the word for pot, right? So I'm in the water, conveniently saying water, not pot, because I don't know pot.
Yeah.
It's not my job to let the OPI tester know what I don't know. It's on him to try to find out what I don't know. That's part of his job. So that you put it in the water, you add the salt, you take it out, you put it on the plate, you put the sauce, and you eat it. Simple as that. And he's like, all right, not so fast. He's like, where do you put the pasta? And I'm like, in the water. And he's like, well, where's the water? And I was like, it's in the thing where you put water. And he's like, what's that thing called? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, okay, moving on. That was like a gentlemanly conclusion. Then you move on.
That's awesome.
I'm going to take an OPI for real on the 20th in Spanish and record it.
Oh, wow.
I signed up for one. Like I bought one through like the ACTFL website.
Uh-huh.
It's
That'll be
super fun. Super fun.
Yeah.
It's like nerve-wracking. Like I feel nervous right now talking about it.
Really?
Because you can't get away. It's the hardest thing to do in a language, right? I read a paragraph. Oh, well, I didn't really understand it. No one's going to really know, you know? You could go to a party, and if you don't understand stuff, you could just, oh, I'm going to move away. Here, it's like, no, you can't back up. You can't get away. And you have to answer questions. It's harder to answer than ask, right? If they said, oh, ask me, oh, you like snakes? You'd be like, no, I'm asking you, and I got to understand and then come up with an answer. He's going to take me as far as I can go until I can't do it anymore. So like failure is inevitable unless you're like super good. But at some point, you're gonna. It's like it's like a kamikaze mission.
Mm-hmm.
Kamikaze. Japanese.
All right. Anyway, that's the game, guys.